So chapter 24 is a little bit different from all the other chapters because it's all about how you can be personally responsible and live in a diverse world. So these are just kind of key points to just living responsibly in life. So here are some objectives of things we're going to talk about. And the first thing you need to know about is what personal responsibility is. Personal responsibility is acting independently and holding yourself accountable for your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So, we all have the duty to behave in an ethically, moral, and trustworthy manner, to be reliable and dependable to each other. So, one way that we can respect ourselves is to respect each other. So here are 10 characteristics of people who demonstrate personal responsibility. They're proactive, so they get things done. They get things done early. They're independent, mature, trustworthy, reliable, dependable, loyal, ethical, moral, and self accountable. So these are the 10 characteristics of people who demonstrate their skill of being personally responsible, not only for their own lives, but responsible for the world and the people around them. So, if you guys remember, when I was in elementary school, I remember all of my teachers always having a poster that said, "All I really need to know, I learned in kindergarten." So, the author of our textbook refers back to that poster as well. And here are some highlights from that poster because the truth of the matter is, when it comes to personal responsibility, all you really need to know, you really did learn in kindergarten. You learned to share everything, to play fair, not to hit people, to put things back where you found them, to clean up your own mess, not to take things that aren't yours, to say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, to wash your hands before you eat, and in our day and age, to wash your hands before everything and after everything. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic. Hold hands, stick together, and look before first before crossing the street, and to live a balanced life. So to learn some and think some and draw some and paint some and just do a variety of things. So these are just ways that you can be personally responsible, not only for you, but for the world around you. Executive functioning is one term you need to know, and that is having conscious cognitive control. So remember, when we think of cognition, we're thinking of your thinking. So that means you always have to have control over what you think, and not just what you think, but also what you say. So taking responsibility for what you think and how you feel, and being able to express willpower and to exercise that. So here are 3 ways to gain willpower: to voluntarily disengage, to resist distraction, and to have a future goal orientation. So voluntarily disengaging is to shift your focus from something desirable that's competing for your attention, back to where it should be in the moment. So that means, like, when you're in a class, or the teacher is lecturing, or the teacher is teaching you about something, and even though you really wanting to listen to your music or play your game, you voluntarily disengage by putting that down and then paying attention to what you should be paying attention to. That is voluntarily disengaging. That's a way to be personally responsible and to exercise willpower, to show us that you are in control of yourself. To resist distraction, so to keep your focus where it belongs and not letting it go to something else. Now that you're sort of learning at home, it's particularly important for you to be able to maintain your focus on what you're doing at the moment, because I'm sure you have lots of distractions around you, because I know I have lots of distractions around me. And then having a future goal orientation is keeping focus on what's most important. So if what's most important to you is getting that associate's degree, keeping that as your focus and realizing, I just need to take it day by day so that I can reach the goal that I have set for myself. You don't have to try to, conquer everything at once. Just always take it day by day. So we live in a very diverse world, and diversity is defined as a variety of different kinds. One point the author drives home is that different is not wrong, it's just different. He refers to a book called Same Kind of Different as Me. And I am very aware of this book because it's actually something I read right after I moved to Fort Worth, because I volunteered at a homeless shelter there. And one of the people at the center where I volunteered The book is actually about that place because there was another volunteer who worked there, and it's about his experiences with a homeless guy who came into the center. So of course I wanted to read it, and they even made a movie about it maybe 2 or 3 years ago called Same Kind of Different as Me. If you'd like to ever take a look at it, it's about a homeless guy who realized that we're all the same type of people, that and everybody has differences, everybody has issues, everybody has problems, and that's why he called it, everybody's the same kind of different. The same kind of different as me. Like, I'm a different person, but you're a different person too. It's actually really an excellent read. It's a tearjerker. And it just kind of drives a point home that instead of looking at us all as people as being different, we should look at all each other as being the same. Reflexivity is when you sort of engage in reflection, you really know yourself. So that's like where you really stand apart from yourself. You take your attention back to your own mental work and think about, who am I as a person? Because if you really know who you are as a person, you can appreciate others for who they are as people as well. And then culture. The author talks about culture, and that's being the customs, the civilization, the achievements of a particular time or a particular group of people, the way of life that a particular society or group of people have. Culture could refer to a country, a religion, a race of people, but also to a team's culture or a school culture or a culture of an age group. So it's all of those things, sort of the way of life of a group of people. And all of these things are things that can help us be personally responsible. And that is it for chapter 24 as well.